Welcome back. Well, it may have been festival time in many parts of India, but then despite the song and dance, every Chennai Heights heart skipped a beat when they heard or watched their Super Kings being knocked out of the competition they were meant to defend. A heartache that was least expected.
What was mission impossible for Chennai Super Kings to qualify for the semi-finals was only a hopeful possibility for fans in the Max Stadium, only to watch their hopes shattered by the 24-year-old David Warner's first international T20 ton, scoring a massive 125 off 69 balls. Wonder if Chennai will ever see such Aussie power in its much-retained squad.
I'm very much disappointed with the show and expected Dhoni to come at least to the semi-final. But his bad luck, he's not come up to that. Hope to see better in next time.
For many, it's as easy as blaming the skipper as he pushed himself up the order and went home for just 2.
We expected a lot from the Chennai Kings, wherein it was the defending champion and unfortunately it got out of the league today. We were expecting 201 and unfortunately it was 150 all out. And it was really disappointing and we never expected this from Chennai.
CSK left a very bad taste in the mouths of its ever-so-faithful fans. But how did Dhoni's plan go awry?
That's the only blessing in disguise, a few days off, not that we have earned it, but yes, we need to make the most out of it, especially me and Rana. We have been playing cricket for a long time now since West Indies, so definitely a bit of rest will definitely help us.
While we speak of the club over country debate, in reverse swing, this could well be a classic example. In Chennai, Natasha Doraiswamy for NDTV Hindu.
Natasha Doraiswamy joins us live now. You could see that even at the Dandiya, this was the subject of conversation. Natasha, are our players really blaming it on the weather because that led to slow wickets? But then I thought our problem was only with bouncy tracks.
Well, Sanjay, I don't necessarily know really what the players would blame it on, because especially since only 3 players were part of that Indian squad to England where they got thrashed and were on return to more cricket really. Now, as Stephen Fleming, the coach of CSK, came out to say that he was quite happy with his team's performance, considering that Dhoni is obviously a crucial member of the squad. Suresh Raina could not perform this entire, say, 4 or 5 matches that they have played here in the Champions League and having gotten knocked out. Ashwin, with all his spin, being so familiar with the Chennai track, did not perform yet again. Most of the wickets really, the few wickets that Chennai Super Kings had actually gotten this time around versus the international players were gotten by other players that we weren't really familiar with, which we usually don't see during the IPL. So therefore, on the overall perspective, we can say that it's fatigue, but on the other hand, playing in England and being thrashed there and coming back to, of course, a track that they're not really familiar with, they haven't played much together as a squad. You could attribute all these things to, of course, their loss.
All right, but of course, I remember Sunil Gavaskar the last time around saying that the players know their bodies best now. Dhoni, Raina and Ashwin, of course, Dhoni said that they can get some rest now. But this is the same team, Natasha, the same winning combination. What really let us down? The bowlers. Also, catches win matches. So we saw a lot of drop catches by the CSK.
It certainly is the lack of practice together. That's what Stephen Fleming, the coach himself, who's responsible for actually getting them together. Now, he also stated that playing with a team that has at least 4 or 5 players, crucial players that are fatigued, coming back from a big loss really. That also sort of plays in the minds of the entire squad. Also, Dhoni, if you actually saw his post-match response after that loss in their last match here in Chennai, he stated that at least this is a relief for players like Raina and Ashwin and himself, who can actually rest now before the tour of England to India right now, which of course is far more important than a club in tournament right now. So that's pretty much what we're looking at the moment in terms of a response from the coach, who's the only person who actually spoke to the media. Okay,
I'm glad finally someone's talking about the country over the club getting more important. So thank you very much, Natasha, for that crisp analysis. Well, why is that we don't really have pavements to walk on? Even if there are pavements, there are encroachments, there are hawkers. Take a look at one particular place in Mount Road.
வாக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குது. அதுவும் இல்லாத வண்டிங்கெல்லாம் வரனால ஆக்சிடெண்ட் ஆகிற சான்சஸ் இருக்குது. ஒன்லி ஃபார் பெடஸ்ட்ரியன்ஸ் ரொம்ப ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குது.
Definitely, pedestrians do require safety protection. So naturally, you require a platform.
இங்கே பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் இல்லாதனால பொதுமக்கள்லாம் நடக்க முடியல. இங்கே ஃபுல்லாக டிராஃபிக் ஜாம் ஆகிடும். இல்லைனா ஃபுல்லாக ஹைவே போயிட்டுருக்கனால சுற்றி யாராலையும் நடக்க முடியாது. ஆக்சிடெண்ட் நிறையா நடக்குது. ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் இருந்துச்சுன்னா அவங்கவுங்க ஒரு சைடில் போவாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு சேஃப்டி இருக்கும். அதே ஃபேமிலி வரவங்க, சில்ட்ரன்ஸ் வரவங்க, அவங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் சேஃப்டி இருக்கும் பிளாட்ஃபார்மில் போகிறனால. அதனால் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் கவர்மெண்ட் ஏதாவது பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் கட்டுறதுக்கு சம் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஏதாவது எடுத்தாங்கன்னா பெட்டர் ஃபார் அஸ். தேங்க்யூ.
That's our series on the forgotten pedestrian. Maybe they should start wearing helmets for all you know. And finally, we leave you images of the Dandiya. And in fact, our colleague Vahita Devi was right there to catch all the action. Thank you for watching. I was actually craning my neck to see if there were any CSK players there, but I don't think anyone was in a mood to join the Dandiya. But that's it tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.